Hello ladies, thank you for joining me. I'm excited for this video because I realized for a while I was kind of, like I said, doing things that other people wanted me to do, and I really want to get back to my roots, which is a makeup artist, hairstylist, and an educator. I really wanted to get back to it, and I really wanted to get back to giving you guys more information because that's what I'm here for. So you know me, I'm gonna talk. If you wanna say hi, definitely say hi. Really what I want to focus on, like I said, was eyes. And I know that a lot of you probably have hooded eyes, or you've heard me talk about it and you're kind of like, what does that mean? So basically, when you see someone's eyes when they have their eyes closed, they don't have this crease right here. If you have hooded eyes, you have that crease. So basically, when you're looking at my eyes, you're seeing a lot of hood, and that should actually be recessed. So we're gonna play with highlighting, and we're gonna play with like darkening, and I'm gonna get started. I really love this. I got this, I forget, I ordered it online, but it's this little can thing, and it's got this little like rough sponge in there. And I will use this. This is a really good trick, either this or having like a towel or something that you can wipe it off between, because that's a really, really helpful trick when you're talking about blending eye makeup. Okay, so when we're looking at my hooded eyes, we want to take this part and make that darker. If you go and put light color all over hooded eyes, it's just going to make them look more hooded. So we want to really make them look like everybody else's eyes and recess this part there, and then make this lighter to bring that forward. These are going to be kind of the three colors I'm going to be playing with for sure. Since it is, I'm going to actually mix these. So this is amethyst and this is silver violet. So I'm going to start by mixing those. So I have my little mix. I did equal parts of both. So I'm gonna start this kind of more as an all over, and then I'll go in with a deeper color in the corners. And then I have, this is one of the Morphe brushes, it's M505. So it's like a nice fluffy brush. And that's how the color turned out. So I'm gonna start by just tapping it in. So if you're not a cream eyeshadow user, that's okay. You can actually mix these with your powdered eyeshadows, and also because they take 3 to 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes to fully set, you can actually use them as like an eyeshadow base, and then you're gonna have smudge-proof eyeshadow. Lola, come here. I don't know what she's barking at. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, so now I'm just taking and blending that out with what's left on my brush. Okay, so this is gonna be lighter. I'm gonna make it darker in my crease. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but so I'm gonna take this and wipe it off my makeup brush. I'm gonna move to highlight right under my brows. So we want this part to stand out. We want this part right below to be pushed back, so it doesn't look like we're just all hood right here. See that? So when we close our eyes, a lot of times, if you just do this right on the lower part of your lid when you close your eyes, there's nothing. So you gotta kind of carry that up. So really quickly, I am going to highlight right under my brow. I like to use kind of more of a flat brush like this. This is not a Morphe brush, this is just a regular, I don't know, unicorn brush. But so I'm gonna take a little bit of, Whisper Pink. So this is a really, really pale pink. And I'm gonna just take some right off the wand. I'm gonna concentrate the highlight right in the highest point of my eyebrow on both sides, and then I'm gonna blend out from there. So I do kind of a tapping and slight pulling motion. If I get to where Like the colors right here, I don't want it to go any further. I'll pull back on it. If I want it to go further, I'll pull it over. And that'll kind of move the color around. And then it's, like I said, so nice. I have 3 to 5 minutes because I will talk. Even just like when I'm at home, and I'll stop and do other things, so. All right, I think I'm gonna take this one. This is a Luxe brush. Precision Shader, $2.39. So I'm gonna take, I still have some color in it from before. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of that darker color, a deep plum. And this one I'm gonna take just right off of the wand. So there's actually a lot on there. And then I'm gonna start in the outer corner and keep it at a really high angle because, like I said, my eyes are super hooded. And then, like I said, I start with a tapping where I want the most color concentrated and then kind of pull over from there. A little bit goes a long way, so always start with less. You can build more. The problem I always had when I was using powdered shadows is I could never get the intensity I wanted unless I put something like wet underneath, which I didn't like to have to use a primer, and I didn't like to have to put it on wet, but it was just what I was having to do to get it to have any kind of intensity. So this is really nice. You can just continue to layer it for more intensity. Like if you'll see some of my posts and some of my colors, excuse me, are super diluted, and then some are super intense. So you can really kind of play with that. Like especially on my latest look on my YouTube, that was definitely more intense. And if you'll watch the video, you can see I did a lot of layering. So you want to keep this very like smooth line, but you want it to be more diluted than its full potency. So I'll kind of take it and softly sweep back and forth. Very, very like soften enough. Let me take a little more. Okay, so we have a nice blend right here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna take a little bit more intensity lower. So we're gonna take the deep plum again. Again, tiny, tiny bit, but I'm gonna take it and pack it lower than where we had it before. You know me, I like to layer. I like to give it a little bit more intensity and depth. It just gives it more interest. And I mean, I can do it, so why not? All right, so what do we think so far? You know me, we need more, and like, of course, we need some glitter. So I'm thinking a little glacial glitter, or maybe even some sandstone pearl glitter. Those are both really good ones. Let's go glacial glitter, because y'all, this is gorgeous. It's got so much curl in it, or so much glitter in it, and it's like so many different colors of glitter in it, so it's really cool. This one, being that it's a glitter, I'm gonna actually play with a flat brush. So I'm gonna do this flat brush right here, and I'm gonna take and just pull the color off of the wand. And like I said, this is like an intense glitter. So I'm gonna put this kind of over the center and a little bit towards the middle. You guys, if you're on here, say hi. And let me know, did you guys check out my latest YouTube, my Pretty in Pink? All right, I feel like we need something else. Okay, so we're gonna take our lightest color, Pink Opal Shimmer. And this one I'm gonna take a tiny brush. This kind of just calls attention to the center of your eyes, and it kind of gives you that like glowy feel. Get it on my, this is a Morphe M321 brush. So I'm gonna take this just right here. And just kind of create a glow. Again, anything light is gonna call attention to and kind of bring it forward. And that's where my eyes sit the furthest back. So we're gonna make them pop more. You know what? Life is short, and it's too short not to feel your best and do what you wanna do. I'm just saying. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about, I've talked about it before, so with my hooded eyes, again, okay, we need a little bit more color higher. Let me go back in. I don't know, Inspire brush. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with a little more deep plum. And this is what I do, like, don't be afraid. Makeup is not permanent until you get it tattooed on. So just keep playing with it until you find the balance that you like. Really irking me. Lola, stop. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna move on to do my eyebrows really quickly. And my most favorite brush I've been using lately, it's a Morphe brush. It's part of, Lola, stop. It's part of a shadow palette, or sorry, a shadow eyeshadow bundle type of thing. But it's really nice. I used to always like an angled brush. This right here, it's actually kind of straight but a little bit rounded. I wish it would really focus on it. But it kind of like mimics the hairs really well. So I'm gonna hold it up at a straight angle and start on this inner corner and really lightly go in and pack that color there. Like I said, this has been the brush that most mimics hair because I don't really like it to be that super solid eyebrow look that works for a lot of people. I just don't have a lot of eyebrows, so if I go super solid, it looks really fake on me. People are like, girl. And just keep pressing and slightly pulling. And you guys, like, these eyebrows go nowhere. I used to do this like Wonder Brow stuff and it was super expensive and it was kind of sloppy. And then it was like, there wasn't like a good option of color, so it was just like a warm brown. Y'all know me by the color of my hair and everything I do. I'm a girl that likes cool colors. Okay. Brows. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about lining your eyes. So there's a few different ways that you can line your eyes. Of course, we'll talk about winged liners above and all that, but when we're talking about lining underneath, so you have this very, very inner part of your eye. So that's called your waterline. That's obviously where your tears flow and all that kind of stuff. If you place color and you have smaller eyes and you place color in that waterline and it's a black color, or something really, really dark, that's gonna make your eyes appear smaller. If you place something like a color or something lighter, something closer to your eye color, closer to white or a lighter color, that's gonna make your eyes stand out more. But the black kind of harshens them. So if you saw in my latest YouTube, and my pretty in pink pictures I've been posting, I actually took, and I had a lot of pink around my eyes, so I went and cut in and used that black in my waterline. So for me, that still works because I have the pink around it, that draws the attention to it, and then my eyes aren't terribly tiny. But darker colors, anytime you're using them around your eyes, I'm not talking shadow, but I'm talking about liner, it's gonna make your eyes appear smaller. When you're placing it all the way around your eyes, it's gonna frame your eyes more and again, make them look smaller. So a lot of times you'll see me, also one more thing, if your eyes are wider set, putting darker in the corners and bringing them, putting dark towards the center and bringing them more in, and then more light towards the corners will help to kind of correct that. So you'll see me, I always do dark into light, and like I said, I always go up kind of higher or whatever. So try playing around with using your shadows and using different colors as liners under your eyes, because it's so much softer. And then it's fun. It's something different. So, and like I said, all of these eyeshadows, they're super versatile. I mean, I use them on my cheeks. I use them on my eyes. You can put them in your hair if you want. You know, I use them to conceal. So you can use them as eyeliner. You can use them as, you know, eyebrow pencil or whatever. So I encourage you to try something new, you know, whether it's even like this candied cocoa, which is a really pretty, kind of like coppery color almost. I mean, not really coppery, but kind of, yeah. But doing something like that and kind of playing around. If you're afraid to do it on your eyes like this, I encourage you to try a color as a liner and kind of play with it. Just see if people comment. I guarantee you people will be like, oh my gosh, you look really good today, or, you know. But so, then again, also, when we're talking about hooded eyes, like I have, like I said, I take my winged liner at a very high angle. You want to think of winged liner as when your eyes are open, it's your last lash. So you really want it to be dramatic. So if you have hooded eyes, or if you have deeper set eyes, and you go in and you place your color, you know, right here with your eyes up, and then you go to set your eyes down, your liner is gonna now be facing downward, and what that's gonna do is that's gonna draw your eyes down in the corners, which is not fun. I've been there, and then I look at myself and I'm like, oh, okay, I look droopy. So you'll see me, and you'll see a lot of my pictures, and especially on my YouTube, you guys saw I used the guards and I kept it at a very high angle. I like to look at it as coming from the end of my eye to the end of my eyebrow, and that's the angle I like to keep it at, because then that keeps me looking more awake and alive and looking like I have perfect eyes like the rest of you ladies. So like I said, I'll go in, clean this up, and then set that line at that really high angle. If you don't have hooded eyes, you can take and place it straight out, and when you set your eyes down, nothing's gonna change. That's awesome. That's what we're going for, but we just have to work a little bit harder to get there. So, all right, moving on, I'm gonna do some liner underneath, and again, I'm gonna do my classic ombre liner underneath. So we're gonna take some Deep Plum first. Okay, so I'm taking it, this is another Morphe brush, it's M213. It's just a little, it's really close to my eyebrow brush. but it's a little bit more detailed and a little bit tighter bristles. Also, you can play with colored liners up top, is really fun. And so when you have green eyes like mine, purple is the best color. Purple and reds, coppers are all really good colors. They make purple eyes pop. And that's because of the color wheel. And soon I will get on and talk a little bit like about color theory, and when your eyes are in harmony, or when you're, you know, using colors that are in harmony with your skin and your hair and everything, it just all works so much better together. Okay, so as you can see, I always start and concentrate my depth of color on the outer corners and then softly work over until I basically have nothing as we get in. Okay, so I'm going to take, this time I'm going to take some Silver Violet. Same brush. So I'm going to concentrate this in the middle and then work over to the center. Okay, last thing, I'm going to take the same brush, I'm going to clean it off. Okay, and then I'm going to take my amethyst. Okay, and so remember we were talking about, I'm going to say okay 1,000 times. That's how I roll. Okay or so. I'm going to take it and put it right in my waterline. Like I said, this is a light color. This is not far off from my eye color. So it is not going to make my eyes look smaller. It is going to call more attention to them, which is what we all want. Okay, so I'm taking the same brush. Basically, it's just gonna intensify the purple around my eyes, which is what I want. I'm gonna take a Q-tip, a little witch hazel, and I'm gonna clean up. So again, I wanna take a line from the corner of my eyebrow down to the corner of my eye and clean that up. Done. Just kidding. But see the difference? This pulls down on my eye, this lifts up. And then I'll go in and conceal and, like I said, line and everything. Okay, so I'm just gonna take, this is my black lash, or Eyesense. It's a liquid eyeliner. It is, it's completely smudge proof too. So with hooded eyes, my biggest problem used to be the transfer of liner onto my upper lid. I don't know if you have ever had that problem, but by the end of the day, I would have this like double line, which is popular now. It's called the cut crease, but it was not purposeful then. Maybe that's where it came from. Okay, super fine point. So I'm gonna go in right at the corner and just go and follow along that angle. So trick is keep it light-handed. The more you press, the wider you're gonna make the line. basically when I do liner, I want this end to go off to almost nothing and then this end to go off to almost nothing. So I don't want it to be very thick. Again, the thickness is going to take away from my lashes. It's going to take away from the size of my eye and make it look smaller, and that's not something I need. Okay, let's let that dry. I'm going to go in with my, this is what I do, you guys, if you have dark circles, which my family is Italian, and I guess that's mostly where it came from, but we have dark circles. So this is what I use every single day of my life. This is Shadowsense. It's actually sandstone pearl. I will use this in a little bit of snow, but I'll take just the wand and apply it right under all that work I just did. But what's best about this, what I like best about this, I should say, is it dries to a powder. So I don't have to come back through and set it. I'm gonna take a little bit of snow. Again, I'm pasty. Most people don't have to do this. And then I'm gonna put 3 dots. Okay, so my most favorite brush to use for this, it's a Morphe brush M173. It's like a, it's like an airbrush brush. I don't know how to explain it. It's really, really soft and leaves a really, really nice finish. So I'll just work by patting in the natural color first. And then go over my snow. Patting and blending. And what that does, again, we're talking light and dark, that brings more attention to my cheekbones, makes them look like they stand out more, and then this will be darker, so it will push that back more. Okay. Something I do not normally do, but I just did the other day, and it actually worked out really nicely. I don't normally nose contour. Like I said, I put foundation all over, then I go through and I'll put my my contour on, and then I'll put some blush on, and you know, go around and do that. But I never did anything with my nose, and I don't know what made me want to, but I did the other day, and it was kind of cool. So this is Mocha Java. Another Morphe brush. This is M506. So it's a more concentrated crease brush. But I'm going to take it with my Mocha Java and basically draw a line right on each side of my nose. So I'm going to just take and blend it. I'm going to take my sandstone pearl, so same thing under my eyes. And then I'm going to take my same brush as before. Contour the face a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take that same Mocha Java and I'm going to take a different brush. This is a Real Techniques brush. I got it in a kit. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to take a little bit on there. All right, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna go in now. I'm gonna switch up my brush to this one. I don't know who makes this. I got this like a long time ago. It's just kind of a fluffy blush brush, or it could be a powder brush depending on who you are. But I'm going to take this and some mulberry. This is my favorite combo for blush. Sometimes I use just one or the other, but if I'm doing both, or if I'm like contouring and all that, I'll do both of them. But this one's mulberry and then that one's mocha java. This is the one I just did. This is the one I'm going to. So I'm going to take just a little bit and brush it on the end of my brush. And then I'm going to take it and concentrate it on the apples of my cheeks. That's the way you gotta look at yourself. It makes you look better. So what I tell myself. All right. Let me clean up a little bit. Oh my gosh, I did get our brand new waterproof mascara. So I've been using the regular version and I've been really obsessed with it. Before I was using their waterproof version and it like doesn't even compare, so why even talk about it? But I'm gonna use it for the first time today. I'm super excited. All right, okay, so one thing, I got asked about this in another group and I'm gonna do this as one of my giveaways soon. This is a heated eyelash curler. This thing is my jam. I used to use other eyelash curlers. They would like pinch my eyes weird and I would just kind of get scared of them, so I wouldn't use them. But this one is heated, so you put 2 batteries in it. It's a dark pink to start, and then once it's heated up, it turns clear. And then the heat actually, sorry, there's liner, I guess, on it. And then the heat actually works to, just like a curling iron, to curl your lashes better. So it's white. I'm gonna use it. Okay, so here we go. Senegence Volume Intense Waterproof Mascara. I have too much lotion on my hands. There we go. Oh yes. Okay. So I'm gonna do 1 layer of this, 1 layer of regular, then another layer of the waterproof. So the brushes are really different on these two. Okay, so now I'm going to seal it with my waterproof. Alright, so I'm going to take some witch hazel and a Q-tip. Okay, so I'm going to try Goddess and Giddy Up. I think I'm going to layer them, but these two beauties. Okay, so I'm going to take Giddy Up first. Make sure my lips are really dry. Okay, I'm going to do a thin layer. The trick with these kind of colors that are a little bit more like sheer is to take them and really use the wand flat against your lips. It'll give you a little bit better coverage. Okay, so let's take some Goddess. last layer. All right, I'm gonna take some glossy gloss. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Thanks for sticking with me through all the craziness. I hope you like my lilac eye and my Giddy Up and Goddess lips. Turn on your notifications. I'm gonna have a lot more informational videos. I'm actually gonna do a video on curling your hair because that is what I get the most questions about in the salon. So I'm gonna do kind of an in-depth video. I'm probably gonna actually put that one on YouTube. Like I said, it's so much easier and I don't get flagged for, you know, music or anything. So, so join me there, and thanks again, guys. Love you.